It's showtime.
It's showtime.
Bands you've heard of.
Hello and welcome to Bands You've Never Heard of. I'm your host, JR.
And I'm Gary, and I'm just hanging out.
He's just hanging out because he has not been doing the tireless research that I have been doing to find the next excellent band that you have never heard of. I have found them. The research has paid off. I am making that bold claim up front that by the end of this episode, you will want to go listen to this band on your own and devour their music.
And that's what I love about this podcast, because I just show up. I got to have all the recording stuff prepped. But other than that, JR does all the work, and I love that because I'm kind of busy.
Well, this week's band is called the Corey Hotline.
The Corey, Corey?
Yes. Hotline. Are you familiar with that term?
No, I knew of a band that had Corey in the name a while back. They were out of Tidewater, Virginia, and they were smoking. I mean, they were amazingly good. But most of the stuff you've come up with so far have been on the West Coast. So where are they from?
This band is out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Ooh, Canada.
They are Canadian.
Awesome. I can't wait to talk to them.
And there's another band out there in the world we are not featuring on this show called Corey Hotline, but they spell it wrong. Cory Hotline with no the in the beginning. So I do want to be very clear about which band we are talking about tonight. If you Google it wrong, you're looking at the wrong band. And
most of us honestly Google it wrong. So hit those show notes.
Yes, there will be.
Click on the link. Hit the link.
Corey Hotline. That is the name of tonight's band. And there's what you're not remembering from the 80s is what I'm about to show you all. Here it comes.
Guess what? Corey Haim and Corey Feldman are giving out their personal numbers. If you call 1-900-909-3700, you can listen to their private phone messages and get their personal number where you can leave them a message of your own. $2 the first minute, 45 cents each additional minute. Ask your parents before you call. 1-900-909-3700.
If you call me right now, I'll give you my private number.
You call that number and you'll hear a recording, and I'll give you my personal number if you call that. And we'll wrap.
The Corey Hotline.
The Corey Hotline featuring
I remember that.
Corey Haim and Corey Feldman,
yeah,
of Goonies fame.
But more importantly, of the vampire flick. What was the
Lost Boys?
Lost Boys, yeah.
Yes. Good call. Forgot about that.
Yeah. With Kiefer Sutherland and and half the Brat Pack in vampire garb, and
with a really cool cover of People Are Strange by some other band. I don't remember who it was, but if you Google covers of People Are Strange, there's a really good one. It's on the soundtrack for that.
Yeah,
movie.
that was that was an amazing soundtrack. And so I like these guys already because they have a great social reference in their name.
Yep.
And they have and unless these guys are my age, they have no connection to the 80s whatsoever. So
I don't think they do. I don't think they're that old.
And that's freaking cool, man. I love it.
So let's find out about them here. I am going to read you their bio first.
Sweet. Oh yeah, I see the guy's face. He is definitely not my age.
The Corey Hotline, like Cheap Trick, but cheaper. These award-winning hotline operators bring you celebratory and spirited dive bar bangers. Their sophomore album, Dream Phone, in 2022, is an explosive, optimistic pop paean renewing your faith in rock and roll. Raised on Detroit Rock City, Josie and the Pussycats, and Spice World, the Corey Hotline are purveyors of pure rock and roll fantasy. Formed around the songwriting of Mason Jenkins, their first album of autobiographical bangers, Please Hold, was released in 2018. Jenkins calls himself the trans man frontman and shares experiences navigating gender identity, love, and van repairs. Joining Mason is Harvey Hinton on bass, who is best described in wrestling terms as the face of the Corey Hotline. Most recently, the Coreys were completed by Kat Alcorn on drums, who outperforms, outparties, and outmatches all the boys. The Corey Hotline is eager to please. The music is hot, heavy, and the phone lines are ready. Yeah. Now, I think that the band, the makeup of the band has changed slightly even since that bio was written, because the front page of their website definitely shows Mason Jenkins, the front man, and two women. So I think their guitar or bass player has also been replaced along with the drummer. But real quick, some numbers for you. As I look at them on Spotify today, they have 239 followers, 61 monthly listeners. If we look at their songs, nothing has even 10,000 plays. They don't really have a YouTube presence. Their music is there, but there's no videos or anything. They're pretty big on Instagram. So they've got a pretty big Instagram presence, but no videos that I can see. I haven't scrolled down. You can scroll forever on Instagram, but no videos yet. Just a bunch of pictures, pictures of concert posters, pictures of the bands doing band things. And so that's the majority of their social media presence.
I want to go back to the bio.
Okay.
Because you kind of did it. Okay, we're going to run through it. We're slam dunk this. And, okay, so I've got to do a shout out for their shout outs. I mean, Detroit Rock City, Josie and the Pussycats, and Spice World. I mean, that is. I mean, if you base your music on those three, that gives me an absolute picture of, you might as well say Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem, because it is that cool, and in a rock context nonetheless. So as soon as you came to that part, I was ready for you to, just shut up and let's listen to music, because that inspired me. The bio is definitely inspiring. Although if I heard the word banger one more time, I was probably going to call a foul.
All right, well, let's get into the music. They have put out 2 albums, Please Hold in 2018, Dream Phone in 2022. And the first song I'm going to play you is, I'm just going to be selfish about this and play you my favorite song, which is called Red Ryder BB Gun.
Kick drum on my heart, she ain't mine, I'm in line for another's part. That girl played kick drum on my heart. So girl bang the drums, girl bang the drums, girl bang the drums. Girl bang the drums, girl bang the drums, girl bang the drums. That girl is a Red Ryder BB gun. She caught my eye and she shot at the other one. That girl is a Red Ryder BB gun. That girl is a Red Ryder BB gun. She caught my eye and she shot at the other one. That girl is a Red Ryder BB gun. Trigger happy when we're staring in the standoff. Front side, your safety's off. Trigger happy with my hands on your barrel. So girl, band the drums, girl, band the drums, girl, band the drums. Girl, band the drums, girl, band the drums, girl, band the drums. That girl is a Red Ryder BB gun. She caught my eye and she shot at the other one. That girl is a Red Ryder BB gun. That girl is a Red Ryder BB gun. She caught my eye and she shot at the other one. That girl is a Red Ryder BB gun. That girl is a Red Ryder BB gun. She caught my eye and she shot at the other one. That girl is a Red Ryder BB gun. That girl is a Red Ryder BB gun. She caught my eye and she shot at the other one. That girl is a Red Ryder BB gun.
Notice I played you the entire song that time.
I did notice.
We're gonna start doing that. I'm gonna play fewer songs per episode, but songs in their entirety.
Ooh, no, I loved it. I loved the feedback at the beginning, the guitar riff, and pretty much everything about it. There was a couple of weird sections in it from a recording standpoint, but no, I mean, who cares? The song itself was a banger.
It was a banger. They made you say it again.
No, I did that on purpose because
here's a quote from a review of that song. If you manage to not dance to Red Ryder BB Gun, please see your doctor immediately.
That's good. That's a good one. Yeah. No, that's the thing. I was bopping along to it.
The next song is also off of their first release, Please Hold, and this song is called Lady Pistol.
your homes go. I feel the best when I'm inside you. Oh, all my dreams come true. All my dreams come true. Go, lady, kiss on. Go, lady, kiss on. Go, oh, she's my little death machine. Oh, she's my little death machine. Oh, go, lady, kiss on. Go, lady, kiss on. Go, oh, she's my little death machine. Oh, she's my little death machine. Oh, go, lady, kiss on. Go, lady, kiss on. Go, oh, she's my little death machine. Oh, she's my little death machine.
Lady Pistol by the Corey Hotline. Your thoughts, Gary?
Did they have any songs not involving guns?
Oh, I didn't even put that together that I played two songs having to do with guns.
I mean, not
yes,
not
they
that that's
they
the
do have
problem.
non-gun related songs.
But no, no, these guys are they have a mastery of the catchy chorus, and that is, I mean, that's a major thing. I mean, you know, they play, it's pop music. I mean, yes, it's rock, but it's pop. It's the pop side of rock, and that is the key, is to have a lyric and a melody that in 3 minutes, in the first half of 3 minutes, you're learning it, and the second half of the 3 minutes, you really want to be singing along with it. I had to, literally bite my tongue to keep from singing along to it and wrecking it for the folks at home, because it was, it's that was that good of a melody and lyric. I mean, it just, that's amazing. I love it. Love it.
Excellent. I've got two more songs to play you, and this one sounds a lot different. It's a slow song. First off, it's a slow song. So,
one more thing. They are definitely students of 80s music in every major way. I mean, that one at times, and a lot of times I'm like going, God, that's like a new version of the Producers, which was one of my favorite. They weren't very well known in the 80s, but they were amongst the musicians. They're like the musician band, and hence the name The Producers. But they had like a couple of songs that never, I don't know that they ever made radio, but we loved them.
are you hearing Cheap Trick influence?
Oh, the
here?
first one, big time. There's a lot of Cheap Trick in that first one.
Yeah,
Absolutely. This one maybe later Cheap Trick, the more poppy
yeah.
Cheap Trick.
The 80s Cheap Trick, right? Cheap Trick became big in the 70s, right? Late 70s.
Right, yeah, that was when
And they
Budokan happened.
stayed big through the 80s. And so
Pretty much, yeah.
that was when I really became familiar with Cheap Trick. And so that song in particular, Lady Pistol, absolutely reminds me of the Cheap Trick of my childhood.
Of the late 80s, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be the that era of Cheap Trick, definitely.
Yeah. All right. Why don't you introduce this next song, Gary? It's this one right here.
That would be Threads by the Corey Hotline.
Wish I looked at me the way I look at you. Electric sparks pulling me through. Change me to red, saturate my hue. Take me by the hand, lead me to you. And you pull my threads, and you pull my threads. Cut me loose, I'll hit the ground. Broken heartstrings won't make a sound. Well, you had me, girl, I was so wound. Round your fingers, happily bound. And you pull my threads, and you pull my
Threads by the Corey Hotline. Gary, your thoughts?
You cut it out the best part. I
Oh,
love the feedback. No, I'm just kidding. No, that was powerful.
yeah.
Powerful. It took me a minute to really come to grips with the transition from the verse to the chorus. I think I'm okay with it now, but it took me a bit because it's kind of awkward. It's kind of angular, a little too angular for me, but I love a song that takes it, just takes it through kind of steady as she goes, and then amps it up double time. They didn't change the tempo at all. And
No, they changed the intensity.
yes, but they like I said, they amped it up at least double, if not tenfold. And that is powerful. That is rocks.
The "you pull my threads" line gets me every time. There's a lot underneath that to unpack.
Mhm.
But, and we're not going to unpack it right now, but
I don't think we can, but I bet they can.
the first three songs I've played you came off of their first album, and it does not seem right to ignore their second album. So let's go back and listen to the big hit off of off of Dream Phone. By the way, Dream Phone, the album, is named after the 1991 Milton Bradley board game. The Corey Hotline's upcoming album, Dream Phone, is an earnest and enthusiastic exploration of love through cherished possessions. The busted clock of a Chevy Astro for when you really wanted to stop the world and melt with whomever. The cracked leather jacket over the shoulders of an unattainable bridesmaid whose tough exterior never softened. And the clues dished out through the crackly toy phone via a Crush-themed board game, acting as evidence witnessed by peers that we are desired, admired, and forever on fired. Wanting to be wanted. Now, isn't that the oldest cheap trick in the book? And from that album, Dream Phone, we are going to play Dirtbag Beauty Queen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Short little ditty.
Yeah. It didn't have quite this, quite the hook of the first two songs. But I'm digging it. I mean, it's definitely danceable, and
I didn't have it on my list of songs to play you, and then I looked and realized that I was ignoring their new album, their sophomore album, their 2022 album. So I had to play something, and this was the obvious choice. They're going, according to their website and reviews of their album on their website, the Corey Hotline go full Taylor Swift on Dirtbag Beauty Queen. They seem to really love Taylor Swift. The track came to Jenkins after a relationship ended. I was doing CPR on my heart and was drowning in hurt feelings. Looking back on this track, I went full Taylor Swift. I have since gathered and sorted through my feelings about the real Dirtbag Beauty Queen, and all I have is love, respect, and admiration for her. She is truly a queen and a total dirtbag. Fun stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like I said, I'm digging it. Just the hook wasn't quite as pervasive as the first couple.
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite. It did not make my top 3, but it's the first song that plays when you go to just hit play on this artist on Spotify. So I've listened to it a whole bunch of times. That being said, it's not their most listened to song. If we're looking at their songs on Spotify, their most listened to song is Lady Pistol, which we did.
Yeah, I can see that definitely.
Door Girl, Lady, yeah, those are the top 3. Red Ryder BB Gun is number 2. Door Girl is
but that one's been out longer, and that's why.
Yes,
exactly. Both of those have been out longer. But like I said, and you can hear the difference in production is pretty intense. But I would like to hear it, in order to give any kind of opinions on that. Really need to hear more, more of the second album. But you could tell the difference in production, in a major way, because the first one was a little more angular, a little more in your face. This one seemed a little rounder, a little smoother, not more produced necessarily, but just different. And so I don't know exactly if that's where they're going or what was intentional or whatever, because of just one song. But I'm taking it that you didn't find the second album as appealing as the first. If you're only playing me one, and that was not your favorite song.
I love the second album. It's the 3 songs I played you are definitely my favorite. They just happen to come from that first album. But the second album is great. I put the entire catalog of the Corey Hotline on play, and it has been my background music for about a week and a half now. And I listen to it in the car, I listen to it at work, I listen to it at home. I've been devouring the Corey Hotline and all of the songs from both albums. So there isn't a clunker in the bunch. And if you, dear listener, want to hear more of the Corey Hotline, go to the official Bands You've Never Heard Of playlist. There will be a link in the show notes and the video description if you're watching on YouTube. And
also on bandhopod.com.
There you go. BYNHOPOD, bindhopod.com, for all the links to all the stuff related to all these shows and all these bands that we are featuring. I do want to introduce you to the band as they introduce themselves on their website as of today. So this is what appears to be the makeup of the band. You got Mason and then 2 women, and let's read what they write about themselves. Mason Jenkins, guitar and vocals. Mason is an advocate and spokesperson for bringing back the Calgary Wave and tries to embody the attitude of a very good dog. Jenkins is a transgender man, which makes him an excellent inclusivity bingo dab to any event. He daringly shares stories and jokes of his adventures in gender and navigating the world as a retired lesbian. Sean Alcorn plays bass. Sean has perfected the balance between soft and strong. A gifted songwriter and performer, Sean has applied her dreamy and clever sensibility to the rhythm section of the Coreys. Armed with either a bass or baritone guitar, she delicately choreographs your body to move along with her unflinching bass lines. Sean's interests include parenting kittens and doing good deeds behind everyone's backs. And lastly, Kat Alcorn on drums. If Cool Lisa stayed at the beach, she would have become Cat. I had to look up Cool Lisa. That's a Simpsons reference. By the way, there's 2 Simpsons references at least here that I have discovered. One, the Simpsons did a reference to the Corey Hotline. They did a whole was calling.
Maybe that's where they got it.
Got it from the Simpsons, and then I don't know. But Cool Lisa was like there was an episode where she like went to the beach or whatever. And she was dressed way cooler than she normally was. Anyway, Kat's interests include footy, cheeky pints, trivia, and shredding the gnar. Her diverse collection of toques, beanies, demonstrates her commitment to dressing for the weather and her dedication to the aesthetic. When Kat isn't being the most popular person you know, she's most likely rolling coins for her next tattoo or mixing original electronic ambiance. Do you know what a toque is?
Yeah, that's the we in the South call it a toboggan.
Yeah, they call it a toque in Canada.
Yeah,
so that
was one of my favorite hats.
So that's the Corey Hotline. And that's what we have to say about them. Let's give some thumbs up, thumbs down here. The name, Corey Hotline, the Corey Hotline, spelled Corey, just like the hotline from the back in the 80s.
I love the name. What's the SEO say?
Well, the only problem when you Google the Corey Hotline is you also get
the Corey
Hotline. Yeah.
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 But I mean, I give a big thumbs up for the name itself because of the references and how many people would not even know that or remember it or whatever. But we got to give it a little bit of a dig because there's some SEO issues with it.
Yeah, but it's still a thumbs up name. It's still
it's still thumbs up, but it's not 100% thumbs. It can't be 100% thumbs up when there's some competition.
All right, thumbs up, thumbs down on their bio, which I read to you earlier.
Double thumbs up. Other than the bangers, lose 2 or 3 bangers, and it'll be a triple thumbs up.
The bangers, the extra bangers, did not bother me at all.
They never bother you.
Their songs are freaking bangers. So they.
I know, but you can get that across in one banger.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
And what about their? I would say let's lump together their website, which I've sort of been clicking on here. I know I'm not sharing my screen with you anymore, but we've seen it a bunch. Good bios, reviews. Their music is up there. You can see posters from previous shows, lots of photos, basically the same stuff that's on Instagram. What do you think of their website and the fact that they have one and their social media presence in general?
Well, it's a double plus, but because they have one, especially since that's one of the things I do is make websites for bands.
Yeah.
And so I applaud any band that has the website, and there seems to be fun. Which is that's it. It needs to be, website needs to be 2 things. It needs to be fun and informational. And if you got the fun, then you could sneak the information in. And so, triple thumbs up on that.
Sweet. Well, next up, we are going to be interviewing the Corey Hotline. Now, we haven't recorded that yet. And depending on how long that goes, that's either going to be part 2 of a 2-episode series, or it's coming at you in a few minutes. And I'll figure that out in post, and I'll update this part of the... Hey, it's JR here, figuring it out in post. Here's what I've determined. The interview we did with Corey Hotline is going to be part 2 of this series. So part 1 is what you just heard, me introducing Gary to the Corey Hotline. Part 2 will come out in 1 week. It will be our next episode, and this will be the full live interview we did with Mason and Kate from the Corey Hotline. We had a great time talking with them, and I can't wait for you to hear it and or watch it. Thanks for watching. Now back to what we recorded originally. Either way, we are excited to be interviewing them, and I don't think you're going to get a chance to hear this before we record that. So we will have to do our own research, and we'll have to come up with some pretty good questions to ask these guys, because I think they seem like open books, willing to talk about their lives, their challenges, their struggles, and their bangers.
And they also appear to be pretty pro at giving good interview too. I mean, there's lots of quotes, there's lots of things going on. So I think we have our jobs cut out for us on this one.
There you go.
This episode of Bino, or Bands You've Never Heard Of, is a production of Ranch Hand Records. You can find out about it on ranchhandrecords.com.
Bino is hosted by Gary Hawthorne and me, J.R. Stoffel, and we also both do our own recording.
Yes, we record it all. I do the video, and we both do the audio. And then JR gets it and mixes it and masters it, and we give it out to you.
All songs on this episode of Bands You've Never Heard Of were used with the Corey Hotline's permission.
Check out the Corey Hotline at thecoreyhotline.com. The link will be in the show notes and on the website.
Also, check out our official Bands You've Never Heard Of playlist on Spotify for every song from every band ever featured on a Band You've Never Heard Of segment or standalone episode. It's all on Spotify.
And the Spotify link is also listed on our website. That's bynhopod.com, BYNHOPOD.com.
Also, a link on that website will take you to our YouTube channel, or you can just go to youtube.com/@bynhopod.
Or you can email us and we'll send the link directly to you, or anything else you want. bynhopod@gmail.com.
Thank you so much for listening, everybody.
Thank you, and have a great rest of your day.
We'll see you next time with another band you've never heard of.
Bye-bye.
Hi, you've reached the Corey Hotline, $4.95 a minute. Here are some words that rhyme with Corey: glory, story, allegory, Montessori,